Hello everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm Jolima, I hope you're all doing well. And guys, today I'm very excited because I want to talk about Francesca Bianchi fragrances. I purchased 3 fragrances from her portfolio and I'm so happy that I finally purchased them. And she was very kind to send me her entire sample set, which I've been trying during this past week. And man, I'm mind blown by the quality, the blend, the uniqueness, the depth, the richness, the sensuality of her fragrances. So I have here 3 fragrances like I told you, and first of all, and these are basically first impressions, not testing them. I still did not test them that much to do a full-on review. I just want to talk about them because I'm so excited. It has been a fantastic experience trying these 3 fragrances and also the samples. So let's talk about her fragrances a bit here. So first I have Under My Skin. This one right here. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but yeah, this one is Under My Skin. I mean, the color of the liquid, it's amazing. Dark, rich, the way I love it. This fragrance, it's sensual. Very sensual. It has texture into it. It's quite animalic, quite musky, sweet, floral, musky. It has a sexuality even into it. I love it actually, man. And it doesn't smell like anything that I tried to this day. It's very unique. Maybe not for everyone because of the animalic nuances in here, but oh man, it's so good. It's sweet, not overly sweet. It's slightly resinous, but oh, it's very complex. But mainly, I get these floral nuances, animalic notes also, and quite musky. It has like this musky texture into it. Very hard to explain, but it's fantastic. Under My Skin, it's a masterpiece, instant masterpiece in my opinion. The next fragrance that I have and that I purchased is Sex and the Sea. This one right here actually was the scent of the day of last Saturday, and man, I absolutely love this fragrance. It's fruity. I love fruity fragrances. You have pineapple, you have coconut, great fruity fragrance. I mean, the quality here, it's fantastic. And you have the most prominent note in here, it's clearly the mimosa. The mimosa gives this, it's a floral that, and gives, you really have a floral nuance in here, but it's mainly like a milky nuance, I would even say. It's milky. It's bright, fresh, bright floral, I would say, milky, very fruity, tropical, sweet, and it's very naughty in my opinion. Sex in the Sea, guys, again, fantastic performance. Actually, I forgot to mention, Francesca Bianchi fragrances just came in 30 ml like this. The size of the bottles are 30 ml and the concentration is extrait de parfum, so it's very concentrated. You don't have, at least for me, I don't have any complaints in terms of performance. Overall, all of them last for a very long time. They project a lot also, so you need to go easy on the trigger with these fragrances, but well, for me, it's perfect. They are perfect the way they are. Man, I love this. Sex and the Sea, guys, fantastic for the summertime actually. The next fragrance and the final fragrance that I purchased from Francesca Bianchi, it's probably the most daring of the 3. It is the Dark Side. And well, the color again of this liquid, beautiful. Dark Side has honey. A stunning, delicious, realistic honey. Resinous, sticky, resinous, slightly sweet, very balsamic. You have a lot of incense in here. You have a lot of resins in here. It's woodsy. The Dark Side, man, it's fantastic. It's this honeyed, resinous, balsamic, bold, slightly dark and mysterious. Oh man, I love this. The Dark Side, again, great performance. Like if you love balsamic, resinous, dark, complex fragrances, this one is a must try, especially if you love honey, because the honey here is the most prominent note. Man, I'm in love with the dark side. Actually, I'm in love with her fragrances overall. I'm really mind blown of the quality again, of the depth, the richness of her fragrances, and they all, even this one has a sensuality into it. I don't know what she does in here, what notes or what blend, what kind of blend she does, because definitely they all have this sensuality into it. Hard to explain, but again, I need to wear them more so I can give you a more in-depth review. These are more like first impressions. Man, I'm mind blown with her fragrances. And finally, I have here the sample set, the Francesca Bianchi sample set. I have them all actually. Francesca Bianchi will release, just for your information, she will release mid of June, Sticky Fingers, her latest fragrance, Sticky Fingers. Very, very excited to try that fragrance. But well, here, the lovely Francesca Bianchi sent me this lovely letter. But I have here all of her fragrances. So I have Lost in Heaven right here. I have the Black Knight, Etruscan Water, Angel's Dust, Sex and the Sea Neroli, Lost in Heaven, the Black Knight, and the Lover's Tale. So I will tell you, I have 3 fragrances that I will definitely purchase a full bottle, and the other 3, while I like them, but not enough to purchase a full bottle. So talking about the fragrances that I really love, it's here, Lover's Tale, this one, Lover's Tale, guys. Again, color of the liquid, I don't know if you can see, yeah, man, so dark. Wow, this is leather. This is an animalic leather that actually, from what I've been testing, this one in the dry down, you know what reminds me of? Cuirantons from Guerlain. It has that terry leather impression, that floral, fruity, intense terry leather in the dry down. But this one, it's much more animalic, in my opinion. It has more animalic nuances going on in here. I absolutely love this fragrance. I mean, mind blown. Also, another fragrance that it really impressed me. I was not expecting to love the way that I love, actually. And the fragrance is Etruscan Water. So Etruscan Water, I was hearing a lot that it's kind of similar to Eau Sauvage by Dior, which I have. And so I was a bit, maybe it will not be very special. I will tell you, it reminds me of everything except Eau Sauvage by Dior, to be honest. Eau Sauvage from Dior, it's a nice, fresh, classy, elegant citrus scent. One of the best citrus scents, actually. But this one has much more depth. It's much more rich. For me, this is more of a vintage Chypre scent. Man, it smells vintage. This, for me, smells like a vintage Chypre fragrance. Yes, you have the citruses on the top, you have the lemon on the top, you have oak moss in here. Man, I know that animalic notes are not featured in here, but at least on my skin, it has an animalic nuance, which I can't really explain what it is. But again, these are just first impressions, so don't take this too serious. This one is definitely the most versatile of the bunch, but still maintaining the depth, the richness, the complexity. I mean, vintage Chypre, it's the perfect description for me, at least in my opinion, the perfect way to describe Etruscan Water. And stunning, definitely full bottle worthy. And final, the next fragrance that it's definitely a full bottle, it's Angel's Dust. Angel's Dust, it's the most calming, more soothing, it's more of a skin scent. When comparing with the rest of the collection, this one is more of a skin scent. It's closer on my skin, at least for me. But man, it's magical because it has myrrh, it has orris, which is like the root of the iris. It's very buttery, resinous. It has some powdery, makeup-y impressions in here, but it's very sensual. It's sensual yet relaxing, more calming, more soothing, more alluring type of scent. Man, I love Angel's Dust. Fantastic. The other three fragrances, let's start with Sex and the Sea Neroli. I much prefer the original. First of all, Neroli, it's a note that for me it's hard to like, but actually the Neroli here, it's not very strong, it's not very prominent, it's definitely not the most prominent note in here, not at all. Here it seems that you don't have the fruity notes of Sex and the Sea, and you have a much stronger mimosa note with the fresh powdery aspects of the Neroli. I mean, it's not that different from the original. Definitely you can sense, like I told you, the fresh powdery aspects of the Neroli, but you have a more prominent mimosa note. I mean, it's good, but I much prefer the Sex and the Sea, the original, because of the heavy fruity notes in there. And I don't know, I found it more sensual, at least in my opinion. The next fragrance that I have here is Black Knight. Well, I still didn't decide if I love Black Knight or not, or at least to the way that I feel it's full bottle worthy. This one is a full-on leather fragrance, but it's quite different from the Lover's Tale. This one has vetiver also, and while Lover's Tale it's more about the floral, the animalic notes, here actually this one is more easy to like, more easy to wear even. This smells like a car interior. That type of leather. It smells like an black industrial leather. I like it. I like leather fragrances, so I like this one. I still didn't decide if it's full bottle worthy in my opinion. I think I need to test this fragrance a bit more, but definitely from first impressions, not a full-on love at first sniff. And last, but certainly not least, the fragrance that for me definitely it's not full bottle worthy. It is Lost in Heaven. Ooh, Lost in Heaven, it's a tough one. It's a big no for me. Not because I don't like the fragrance, I appreciate the fragrance, but not, it's that fragrance that you will smell and say, nah, it's not for me, I can't wear this, it's just not my thing. And it's a case of Lost in Heaven. It's very floral, very heavy on the floral. It has jasmine, and I love jasmine, but I think it also has tuberose in here, something, because it has like a bubblegummy, it has ylang-ylang, I think. It's very floral. It has even a bubblegum effect on my skin. And that's why that it's hard. This one, it's hard to appreciate. I see this has more of a feminine fragrance leaning at least, but I don't know. It's a tough one for me. The fragrance that I feel that I can purchase a full bottle of, the last three that I mentioned, is the Black Knight, but the first three, Lover's Tale, Etruscan Water, and what's the other one? Etruscan Water, Lover's Tale, oh, and Angel's Dust. These three fragrances are the ones that I feel that definitely I will purchase 3 full bottles. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. These are more of a first impressions of Francesca Bianchi, which I'm mind blown of the quality of her fragrances. I mean, fantastic work in here. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below if you are familiar with Francesca Bianchi fragrances. What are your favorite fragrances from Francesca Bianchi? And see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Ciao.